Right, man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
All right, man. Let's talk about. I'm gonna talk about Eubank, Canelo, Keyshawn Davis, Raimondo, Muratalla, and Ryan Garcia doing the exhibition over there in Japan. Rumors. So, start off with Chris Eubank and Canelo. Apparently, Chris Eubank read up with Ben Salam and Boxer. That's the promoter over there in the UK. And he basically saying that Canelo and Eubank are locked into negotiations to fight in Las Vegas. So it won't even happen in the UK. Now, it came out that Conor McGregor will no longer be fighting in on Mixed Independence Day holiday weekend. So he ain't got to worry about Canelo and him clashing. Because the UFC can do it because they fight on ESPN Plus, so they don't need the cable companies. But that would take away viewerships away from Canelo. And a little acknowledged fact about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and why the pay-per-view didn't reach 1 million. You got to remember they went up with another against a UFC pay-per-view card that same night. So that UFC card did slightly more in Utah than they did in Vegas. So, like I said before, Al Heyman did his best to sabotage Spencer Crawford. Like I said before, y'all be going around talking about you need to sign with black people, you need to sign with your own people. Man, you can't get money with your own people when they got a knife in your back. More of these brothers in the industry have been messed over by people that look like them than the other. Just look at the science of it, or look at the formula of it. Real talk. But nonetheless, man, let's keep it moving. So apparently, Ben Salam says that they're in negotiations to fight in Vegas Mexican Independence Day weekend. And he says Chris Eubank got to see if it makes financial sense for him. So straight up and down, it don't even sound like the money is great for Chris Eubank Jr. So it sounds like off the rip that the money is funny. So if he got to say it got to make financial sense, I mean, they can't give him the same 5 to 10 million they gave to Beevil, because Beevil made 5. I think Charlo made around 10. Plant made around 10. So what they trying to offer Eubanks? 3, 4, 5. See, Canelo trying to do is make these easy fights. And they trying to keep the cost of the opponent low because he want to get paid a lot of money. And at some point, the powers that be got to be like, hell no. But as long as he got his flexibility and I can fight here and I can fight there and I can do this, he can leverage all these companies against each other. Okay, you won't give me Berlanga, but they give me Eubanks. You gonna give me Eubanks, but they give me Jamal. He can leverage everybody against each other, and that's what Devin Haney trying to do. Devin Haney that's why they don't like when a brother do something. This is triple frowned upon. So right now he's saying that it don't make financial sense for Eubanks right now. He said they trying to see if they can get it up there, and they still negotiating. To me, he should be privileged to have this opportunity to have a crack at 4 belts in the ring belt. He don't even deserve this opportunity. So apparently it's coming down to financials. And maybe with the Berlanga thing, it boiled down to maybe Berlanga wanting to get one more fight, or it boiled down to Canelo not wanting to go back to New York City and fight, because that's where the fight is more fruitful for Berlanga at. That's where the crowd will come in. Like, Canelo don't want to be out of his comfort zone. So you think Canelo going to New York City? You think he going to the UK? Absolutely not. He don't take risks, bro. He's a real life bitch. He don't take no risks. He need everything in his favor just to win by a point or two. He's trash. And I've been telling y'all that he's been overrated. So he in a tough negotiation with Chris Eubank, which is crazy to me, because paying Chris Eubank what, 5, 6, 7 million, that should be nothing to them. But you know what? Then again, when you ain't gonna flip a profit, because I won't watch this. I stand on business on that. I won't watch this dude. So y'all can watch it. It's a joke. I can see if they fought in the UK and it made a lot of sense. But it don't make a lot of sense. It don't make any type of sense. But hey, to Canelo, each his own. as long as y'all sloppy suckers keep going out there streaming it and watching it and paying for it, he gonna keep doing what he want to do. But he's a lot of the same people out here will advocate against him fighting David Benavidez, but complain about Eubanks or act like they happy about him fighting Chris Eubanks, but knowing is whack juice, you know, and knowing that the Benavidez fight will be even better. So, like I said before, Chris Eubanks and it's just make, you know, it makes no sense. Canelo just don't want to fight nobody. At some point, the fans got to take the power of a dollar in their favor and take their money away from Canelo, honestly. But yeah, man, apparently Ryan Garcia could go head over to Japan, all right, for an exhibition, allegedly, or it's being reported that Golden Boy gave him permission to do an exhibition in Japan. Don't they frown upon, you know, paid users in Japan? You know, don't they frown upon, you know, abusers over there? So, like I said before, he doing all this crazy shit, and he doing all this talking and all this, bro. He doing all this to cover his own ass and make people forget about him popping hot. He's a dirtbag. He's a racist. I mean, that ain't nothing new. Look where he from. You know, his dad showed his colors when he was about to call Bill the N-word when he called him nappy-headed. So, like I said before, most of the fans feel like, you know, he ain't had to do none of this. Most of the fans feel like he won. Oh, it doesn't matter. Taking Ostarine don't matter, and taking this don't. Even though how fishy that story sounds, especially when this is why they tell you don't run your mouth when you get arrested. Wait till you have an attorney present, because you know he get to running his mouth about Scooter, and the more and more he indicted. He took Scooter down with him. Scooter looked dirty, and everybody gonna say, "Well, I worked with Scooter before, and I never, man, you look dirty to me now." Call a nigga in, and you came in 4 pounds overweight, when you could have been as high as 7-10 pounds overweight. You call a guy in to make magic happen, to make you lose 7 to 10 pounds and 11 and a half. Absolutely not. That sound like some cheating ass shit to me. That's what it sound like to me. You call that man in to help you cheat. I don't care how many people vouch for him. I said it before and I say it again. If Scooter was black, all them black people wouldn't be vouching for Scooter. You know, oh, you know, I worked with Scooter. He never did nothing. You look suspicious to me. But nonetheless, all these damn bugs under this tree. That's why I like parking under the tree. But nonetheless, what else we got on tap? He can go over to Japan and fight an exhibition. I'm tired of this dude, man. If he came up missing tomorrow, I wouldn't help look for him. You know, he's a mark, and you know he gonna do. Let me get this damn bug off my shit. I'm gonna get his ass. Oh, got his ass off there. But yeah, man. I mean, shit. He can, you know, that's what he want to do in the Japan. The Japanese commission allow him to get up there and do his thing and fight. All power be to him. So, like I said, you know, they don't have no vibe. They don't have no lifetime ban on paid users. Conor Benn still under investigation, still fighting. Miller got caught with damn near every pair you can think of, and he's still able to feed his family and fight. And a lot of people didn't speak up and say anything about Ryan Garcia because they was dirty in their career. Most of these ninjas dirty. Ain't too many clean fighters out here. Ain't too many clean athletes out here. Most of these people dirty. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Ryan Garcia, in my humble opinion, he didn't cycle off the drugs or flush it out right away. That's why he had the IV. You know, and he needs to be a damn fool to fight him again. But you know what? You know, greed clouds judgment. And sometimes you be watching that ass. You know, you ignore all the red flags. You be watching that cash. You don't see none of the holes and pitfalls and booby traps that's leading to that bag of money. So, but yeah, he could be fighting in Japan, and you know, at the end of the day, he gonna make a living. I wonder what they, you know, maybe Rising, whatever it's called, to do something with him. But, you know, we got to mess around and see what happens as far as that. But apparently Golden Boy gave him the heads up. Hopefully he go over there and he don't come back. I say what I said. I don't have no respect for him. None whatsoever. But, you know, I'm glad that happened because it showed how goofy a lot of these dudes in boxing is. It showed how, I don't know, this the entry or what? It showed how goofy these dudes in boxing really are. And a lot of these dudes is just, they goofy. All these goofies linking up, doing shows together. This the goofy show, don't know shit about boxing. Niggas is goofy. Niggas is goofy. But hey, apparently Keyshawn Davis took to social media to call out Raymondo Muratalla. A lot of people said he beat Tevin Farmer. I mean, they make ESPN Plus so hard to log in and log out on your phone, on your computer, man. It just don't make no sense, man. So I didn't go back and watch it. But a lot of people say Tevin Farmer won the fight. Muratalla was supposed to be this killer or whatever. I know he knocked out the Namibian fighter that Shakur Stevenson went the distance with him at. And I'm not a Keyshawn Davis fan, not a smidget, not a bit, not a small microfiber of a fan. If Muratalla knock him out, I wouldn't shed a tear. I'll let the Mexicans have their day. But I've only seen highlights of Muratalla fight at the Tevin Farmer fight. Seen him land some big right hands, and Top Rank made the highlights look like a one-way street victory for him. So, you know, they ain't gonna, I mean, like I said, politics, when you don't have nobody to govern these promoters and these fighters and these sanctioned belt bodies, it's like the Wild Wild West. My cool dude, my D-Voice, they'll do whatever they want to do. So, but yeah, nonetheless, man, you know, he called him out, and, you know, Robert Garcia, or the Twitter page, I think it was Robert Garcia, said that they go call Top Rank to make it happen. I don't know why wouldn't they? You know, I think they should go ahead and make it happen. We ain't had a good contender fight since J-Rock fought that other undefeated fighter at 154. You don't get too many of these type of fights, these tough contenders, you know, fighting each other. I think Uzatagi and Korobov was another good fight back in the day that you used to have. So, you know, back in the day, you used to have good contender fights, you know, Tim Bradley and Kendall Holt. I think wasn't Tim Bradley, Lamont Peterson. I think that was a non-title fight too. It might have been for Bradley title. I can't remember. You know, you used to have a bunch of good, you know, young, tough contender type fights, man. And we don't really get those anymore. Danny Garcia, Kendall Holt. This would be a good one. Muratalla, Keyshawn Davis. They trying to, you know, kind of shave down the roster at Top Rank. You know, and I think they should do it. And people say, he need to fight Andy Cruz. Let Andy Cruz get acclimated to the professional game first. You know, Andy Cruz learned to punch through the target. I seen his professional debut in person. He fought in Detroit, so he learned to kind of punch through the target. It's gonna take some time. And what happened in the pros don't mean what really have any bearing what's gonna happen right now. What happened in amateurs gonna happen right now. Even right now, don't determine what's gonna happen 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years into the future. So basically, Keyshawn said, you know, he won't fight Muratalla, and Muratalla really lost to Tevin Farmer. One thing about Keyshawn, he ain't Tevin Farmer, and Tevin Farmer ain't Keyshawn. But I don't know much about Muratalla, but I would be rooting for Muratalla to beat that ass. Not a fan of Keyshawn Davis at all. So I'll be going for Muratalla. I'll be El Pollo Loco, you know. I'll be pulling for Muratalla. I don't know shit about him. I just seen a couple right hands he landing on Tevin Farmer. I'm going for Muratalla. I'm going for Muratalla. Yeah. I don't like the businessman at all. Not one bit, not one smidget. Don't want to kick it with him. Don't want to skate with him. Don't want to interview with him. Don't like him. You know, cherry on top for me is when he was like, oh, man, Uncle Ryan, man, you can't be saying that to my people, but God will forgive whatever he said, man, get out of here. I'm telling y'all, the number one thing that turned me off is when black people, black men in general, black people in general, black men specifically, have a lot of vitriol, a lot of hatred for another brother, but then they suffer or they lesser on the other when they make a mistake. And kick rocks and Gucci flip-flops, ho. So I got Muratalla. And I wish Andy Cruz would fight him, because I'm riding with Andy Cruz, too. Hope he give him that Cuban special. Pop, pop. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree, find me everywhere, check out the Patreon. Peace.